Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a full review to do for you on the Rockstead Higo 2. So, I have found out since my disassembly, this is the Higo 2. That's what the Roman numeral 2 right there is. Hopefully you can see that. So I guess the Japanese writing there is Higo, and then 2 for 2, obviously. It even says Higo in English there. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how it works. But anyway, this is the Higo 2 apparently. It says number 338. Made in Japan is on the clip. There's that 338. Made in Japan. Again, probably not going to make that out very well. And Rockstead on this side. If you want an up-close look at this knife, I do have a disassembly video and first impression, so you can check that out. We are dead nuts centered on this bad boy right here. And this was very, very nicely loaned into me, loaned into the channel by Jamie Loves Knives on Instagram. Go check him out. I will leave a link to his Instagram below. Dude has an awesome collection. He's now doing a lot of customization to his knives. So he's doing anno work and dyeing stuff. And just a great dude. One of the best subscribers. And I'd call him a friend at this point for the channel. And yeah, I just really appreciate Jamie. I've had this for way too long and he hasn't cared at all. Why have I had it so long? You know, usually I get a knife, I unbox it, I do the first impressions / disassembly in a day or two, and then I'll knock out a review in a week, 10 days tops, and I'll ship it out. Because I don't like holding people's knives. You know why? Because I hate it when other people keep my knives for fucking ever, you know? It's a pet peeve I have, you know, if I get a knife in, I try to get it back out within 10 days. That's kind of my threshold. I'll give myself 2 weeks, but 10 days is kind of my threshold. Unless something comes up personal, blah, 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 you know, then it doesn't matter. Or, like Jamie, doesn't care. He says, take your time, do whatever you need to, no rush, not a big deal. Great. So anyway, I want to correct a couple things. This is carbon fiber. This is not wood. In my disassembly, I called this the Higo. It's the Higo 2. I also said these were wood scales. These are carbon fiber. I honestly, I see that. I don't know why. I think I just heard so many people say wood. Because I think they do have a brown handled one that's wood. And I think I just went with it. I don't know. But they did make it look like wood. So there's that, right? This blade is ZDP 189, right? Yeah, for some reason, for a second there, I was like, wait, don't they have a proprietary steel? No, that's for something else they do. It's ZDP 189, and it has this ridiculous mirror polish on it. And I'm going to be honest, guys, this is not my favorite knife in the world. I don't see $1,500. I don't see $1,100 in this knife. Do I see it being worth more than like a Sabenza? Yeah. And that's because of the build quality, the fit and finish. This mirror polish alone, you know, it makes it worth more than a Sabenza in my mind. But I don't see that ridiculous price tag. And that's because, to me, it doesn't do anything better than other knives I have, right? Yes, it has that ridiculous mirror polish. But am I personally into that? Would I want my, let's say my Evo 2.0. I love that knife so much. Would I want that knife to have this mirror polish on it? No, I wouldn't. I don't like the mirror polish. I love the belt satin that's on there. Do I love a hand satin? Yes, I also love a hand satin. This mirror polish is cool. I get that it takes a shit ton of work and time, and it literally takes a master bladesman or whatever you call it. Holy shit. I just noticed there's rust on here. There's no rust on the blade, but if you look at the tang, look at the spine. There's rust on the spine, and I guess in the jimping. I'm going to have to take care of that. Shit. Okay, hang on. All right. now that I'm done having a friggin' heart attack, so there was rust on the spine of the blade, which, that shit baffles me, guys. I mean, I live in Pennsylvania. It's been 50s, 60s. The high was 75, and that was today, after a few weeks of just cooler weather. And I am not shitting you. I took this knife out of the box to unbox it. I played with it a little bit. It went back into the box. It comes with a plastic thingy. Comes in a wood box. It's all sealed up. Went back in the box. I did the disassembly video. Played with it a little bit after that to get, an idea for it. Put it back in the box, right? I carried it one time around my house just so I could get a feel for the clip. Can't really review it if I don't carry it. That was one time. It went back in the box every single time at night. And that's where it's been. In the box. And it rusted in the box in not humid weather. We haven't had humidity. So, I don't know. I'm a freaking rust magnet. I don't know what to say. Jamie, if you're watching, I think I got it all out of there. I don't see any rust. At the very, very worst, there might be some like residual. You could see where the rust might have been. Not like pitting, but like marks. I got it all out. So, I don't know. You'll have to look at it when you get it and tell me, right? I'll be happy to pay to send it to Japan or wherever so they can fix it. Whatever that takes, I will take care of it. I apologize. I have no idea how that happened. I didn't even carry the fucking thing. That shit bothers me. So here is an $1,100 knife that rusts in its box. Well, I have $20 knives over there that sit out in the open all the time and don't rust. So that's kind of weird, right? Anyway, that makes me not like this knife even more. So let's get into the actual fucking review, huh? Now that I'm really excited about it. Aesthetically, it's okay. It's not bad. It kind of reminds me of a mini katana, like Japanese katana. I don't know, it doesn't have the tanto, but other than that, it kind of has that look to it, right? Especially with the shiny blade down here. Again, not my favorite thing in the world. It's okay. It's okay aesthetically. Animal-wise, because I always compare everything, it kind of looks lizardy with these eyes right here. Kind of reminds me of the James Brand Barnes a little bit in that way. Ergos are pretty good. I mean, I feel the clip a little bit. I'm left-handed. I can choke up here, and it feels really comfortable up here. I will give it that. It's definitely a very comfortable knife. It fills your hand. There's no really hot spots or anything. Like I said, I can feel that clip a little bit, but it's not bad. Right-handed, you don't feel anything. It's actually very, very comfortable right-handed. So yeah, there's that. Ergos are pretty good. Again, you could choke up into this grip, and you could use it to do some cutting. If you want to see a lot of that, go check out Neve's Knives. He just posted a video where he crushed like 20,000 boxes with this thing. So that's good. Carry, again, I carried it one time just to be able to say I carried it. The clip is good. It's kind of weird. It's a little tight. It's weird to me that they put this clip on this expensive knife, right? It's almost like they built this knife and then they were like, we got to put a clip on it, right? Those fucking Americans, they like clips. And they just threw a clip on it. Like, it's weird. For such an expensive knife, you'd think they would have thought out the clip a little better. But it is what it is, I guess. It works. It's not terrible. It's got a little bit of tension. I mean, it's got a lot of tension to it, a little bit of give. It's a little tight going in and out for me anyway, with thicker-y pants. But not the ends of the world. It doesn't weigh a ton for its size. It's pretty good weight for its size, I'd say, in the build. Yeah, cutting. So again, didn't cut a lot with this. I think I cut some stuff in the first impressions, and that was about it. This is a knife that is literally like made to have this mirror polished blade, and you could scratch it with, looking at it. So, yeah. So I didn't really cut with it. What I did cut, it cut fine. It wasn't like this laser beam I was expecting, always hearing about the Rockstead and how freaking mirror polished that zero convex whatever edge. It felt like a knife that maybe needed a stropping, even though it's factory edge on here. It just kind of went through stuff and it sounded thick, if that makes sense. But it didn't have any problems going through, so it's definitely sharp. It wasn't like blowing me out of the water, sharp like I've heard about these. So that's cutting. Again, guys, cutting and carry, not the most extensive experience here. Go check out Neve's Knives for that. Like, I try to be 100% honest, right, and open. And I'm telling you, I barely did either of those things. So, quotations, cutting and carry, okay? Neve's Knives. Thank you. Yes, sounds. It's okay. I mean, it comes out and it closes. It kind of wants to be slow rolled. I put KPL in here so you can flick it a little better than before, but it's not great at flicking. You still got to give it a little bit of something. It pops in, it clicks open. It's nothing special. It's a 6 maybe out of 10, 5 or 6. Cutting, carry, ergos, blah, blah, blah. Action. Here we go. It does flick now that I put KPL in it. That's fine. You also can slow roll it out. Do I like that? No. Is it actually really fun to slow roll left-handed? No. I kind of have to get behind the thumb stud right and get in there and get it and then roll it out because there's no cutout, right? Thumb flick is easier left-handed. You'll see there's a cutout on this side. There is not on this side. So that's what I'm talking about. And I can't really reverse flick it because it's just not, like I can, but it's not fun. I'm wristing it open with the reverse flick, if you know what I mean. That does not make a reverse flick fun. The right-handed thumb roll, I get that. That feels pretty good because I have that cutout there. I can get behind it. Same with the flick. The flick, you can get behind it a little more because of that cutout. Right-handed reverse flick, it works, but it's not great. Now, the closing action, it does drop to there, and then you have to close it. You're not going to be shaking it, really. Now, this is a brand new Rockstead. It has literally just sat in the box at Jamie's house, so I believe Jared's is much smoother because he has used the shit out of it. So that may happen to this knife. I don't know if that will ever happen to this one because I don't know if Jamie is going to really use it and carry it because it's kind of a art piece to him, if you know what I mean, that I maybe just ruined. Fuck. But anyway, action is okay. For a Rockstead, is it good? Yeah, I'm sure. For a Sebenza, is it good? Yeah, sure. For me, is it good? No, I hate it. I really, really hate it. I don't like thumb flicking knives that are making me use wrist to reverse flick. I don't like slow rolling a knife. Unless it's a knife that I can do everything else with and then occasionally slow roll. That's fine. But I don't want that to be my primary and best method. I like that it drops to your nail. But I wish from there it would drop close. It doesn't. But to each their own, I get it. It's smooth and all that. This one, with the KPL, it's not as smooth. Like, it's still smooth, but it's not as, like, if you put this Sebenza juice in here, grease, it'll be a lot smoother. It'll be more hydraulic, as they say. I didn't want that. I wanted to see if I could get it to flick better. I did, but it kind of makes it less smooth overall. Now, again, washers need to break in. It might be much better once that happens. And I do feel it kind of breaking in the more I use it, so there's that. So action's okay. So, guys, overall, what do I think of the Rockstead Higo 2? It's not for me. Plain and goddamn simple. This knife is not for me. If you are a lover of Rockstead, more power to you. I love you, man. Thank you for watching this. I know I didn't just, reassure you on your purchase. If you just bought one, I'm sorry if you're watching this right after spending $1,100. That doesn't mean it's not a good knife. Go watch Jared's video. Go watch Metal Complex's video. Those guys love these freaking things. I don't get it, okay? I just don't get it. I'm also not a Sebenza guy. I don't know if those guys love Sebenzas, but I think Jared likes them. I'm just not this type of knife guy. I'm not the slow roll guy. I'm not the gotta close it with with your thumb guy. Like, I don't want to do this, really. I want it to try to chop my thumb off. You know what I mean? That's me, okay? Yeah. So, would I spend $1,100 on this? No. Would I spend $1,500 on this? No. Would I spend $500 on this? No. Would I spend $250 on this just to have it in my collection? No. I wouldn't spend any money on this. I mean, maybe if somebody offered me one for $250, I would buy it and then sell it to make some money. But I'm not really that guy either, so I probably wouldn't, if you know what I mean. Like, this knife, if I owned it, would sit in a case and rust, apparently. It would rust to pieces because I would never carry it. Does that make it a bad knife? No. This is actually a really, 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 really good knife. This is handcrafted by freaking generations of skill have been passed down to these guys, and they're cranking these out, and they're beautiful pieces of art, and they're also functional pieces of art, and that mirror edge is ridiculously nice, and everything about this is really, really nice. I just don't like it personally, so don't hold that against me. You can have your own opinion. Please let me know in the comments. Do you love Rockstead? Do you love this knife? Do you love their other models? Would I like to try other models? Yeah, sure, I'd love to. Maybe something else will, catch me a little better. But the Higo 2 here is just, it's another knife. And I'm sure that's how people feel about knives I love, right? So anyway, that's it, guys. Big thank you to Jamie. And dude, seriously, whatever it takes, I'm going to take care of this for you. I really apologize for that, man. Obviously, it was not my intention. It was in the fucking box. That's not an excuse. Whatever. But I love you, Jamie. I love you guys. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later.